Establishing new cities and communities is just a reflection of the Egyptian government's vision to upgrade cities and communities. Living outside crowded cities has become with great importance indeed. The government provides new built cities with the latest technologies and the most up-to-date facilities as part of the Egyptian Strategic Urban Development Plan 2052. The construction plan aims to launch massive road expansion projects and to build 14 new cities to accommodate the population increase and ease pressure on densely populated areas. The new cities are planned in Cairo, Giza, Dahliya, Bahira, Bursaid, Matruh, North Sinai, Beni Suef, Minya, Asyut, Qina, Luxor and Aswan. New cities in Cairo include the new administrative capital on an area of 170,000 acres. The new cities stand as unprecedented mega projects by the government to upgrade the livelihood of its inhabitants, featuring a lot of technologically advanced amenities, new transportation systems, green spaces, smart homes, upgraded educational facilities, and many job opportunities across all fields. The reasons behind accepting the idea of moving out to the suburbs is with no doubt appealing among the younger generation for a number of reasons. Naturally, younger generations follow new trends, take risks, and seek adventures. Realistically, with the beyond attractive and feasible payment terms, the government and the private sector alike are offering, whether for social housing, governmental high-end projects, and private projects have made them drawn to living outside the city. The Ministry of Housing, in conjunction with the new Urban Communities Authority, is constructing 14 fourth-generation cities, the new administrative capital, New Alamein, New Mansoura, East Bursaid, Nasser City in Western Asyut, and New Ismailia among them. Fourth-generation cities are built in an architectural style based on modern technology and in line with Egypt's 2030 vision and its sustainable development strategy. The total covered by the 14 new cities is 380,000 acres, which is 50% of the area allocated to new urban communities in the previous 4 decades. The government had planned to relocate ministries to the new administrative capital's governmental district. The district includes the headquarters of the presidency and the cabinet, parliament buildings and ministry offices.
Welcome back again. You're still watching us on The Daily Debate. Dr. Yasser Mahgoub, Professor of Architecture at Al Galala University, still joining us. Dr. Yasser, as we've seen in this report, now it's not just about creating new cities and it's not just about having a technology or smart cities, but it's about creating new communities to sort of less the congestion of population in Cairo, which is about to explode if it hasn't already. We're seeing movements of the government entities, we're seeing movement of embassies, and they're being relocated at their own districts up to standards at the new capital. There's so much talk about the new capital, and it's not a propaganda about the new capital from the new capital perspective on itself, but calling it the new capital or the new republic. Why is it so important to focus on the new capital?
The new capital is not a new idea. It's something that we have been talking about for many years, but there was no will to go for it. We all know that Cairo is becoming unbearable because of the crowdedness, the all governmental ministries and agencies occupying old buildings and new buildings. It's a mess of connectivity in old Cairo, and this dream was there for a long time, and finally it is materialized in the new capital. It's an administrative center or hub that brings all these governmental agencies and entities together in a close proximity, so that they can work better, they can interact better, and leave Cairo to its original cultural entertainment, historical identity. I think it's not something alien to Cairo. It's something that complements Cairo. It's an administrative center for the governmental agencies with all its facilities, residential areas for the workers and so forth. So we have been talking about encouraging Egyptians to leave the crowdedness of the valley and the old cities for many years, but they need opportunities. So now we are creating opportunities for people to go and live in other places and start a new life.
But the fact is that what some people would say, well, yeah, this is needed, but you're just relocating congestion from one area to another. So possibly in 20 years' time, the new capital will be as congested as Cairo was when everything was around. Do you agree or not? And what makes the new capital different and not congested? Not 20 years, 30 years?
Maybe
30 years, 50 years? Really, 100 years,
yes,
really?
Yes. I think,
how do you calculate that?
I think the roads, the facilities, the infrastructure that's built there
Up to standard.
can hold for a longer period of time than 20 years. And this is the nature of life. This is not strange where things grow. People grow, population grow, and all the countries they expand. They create new centers. Paris did that. They created a governmental center north of the Arc de Triomphe.
Let me just also bring to the attention of the viewers that while the focus is mainly on the new capital, that's not the only new city. We have 81 land plots dispersed in 23 new cities, which have been allocated for uses of all of housing, schools, universities, factories, hotels, hospitals, office buildings, commercial buildings, industrial services, and gas stations. So it's 23 new communities being created, not just the new administrative capital as people are focusing.
Inshallah, we'll have hundreds.
Hundreds. So, yes. So the thing is, from a cultural perspective, and maybe that is the main challenge here, is for people to come out of their comfort zone and to be ready to move out and explore new life that is closer to where you work, that will be closer to where your children go to schools, and just relocate yourself. How flexible have the Egyptian citizens become towards that?
They are becoming very flexible.
I mean, if they told me to move to Alamein, that would be nice and everything, but will I be willing to move to Alamein for good? That's the question.
When you experience it, when you have a good job there, when there is a opportunity with good pay, you will go. Why not? There are good schools for your kids. There is comfortable accommodation, quiet places, relaxing places. Why not? Why do you have to stay here? You can connect with people through different means of communication. You can visit as you said in the beginning, we'll have the fast train. We have good road systems. A couple of hours you will be here or there. Now Egyptians are very comfortable with going from Tagamma to Zayed to spend a couple of hours with some friends and go back.
Not me, but this is true. Not me, but many people would do that.
Many people have their work in 6th of October, for example, while they live in Shuruk.
Yeah, I had this ongoing for a couple of years, but then it had to eventually stop again because of the... But to mind you, a couple of years ago, the ring road was miserable. Today, it's just beautifully done. And it's smooth and going faster. So I think that was a decision that needed reconsideration back then.
This is very common all over the world. People do not work across the street. They work 1 hour away from home. They have to take a couple of transportation. They take their cars and park them and then take a train. In the U.S., people who don't work in the same
and they don't use their own cars, they use transportation.
Of course. I think we are changing. And we needed opportunities. And we needed, if you have a good university with accommodation for your kids, many American cities are on the university city. They are based on the university, and students stay there in the dorms and the whole year, not only during the weeks. I think we are changing. We have been living in a
bubble.
Exactly.
A very old close bubble, yeah.
In a very protective culture for a long time. But I think we are.
There's this change going with the new generation. It's making it easier for them to accommodate to this change. Speaking of change as well, making or ensuring that each citizen, it's important for them to contribute to keeping things as neat and clean. And maybe this is another thing that culture of Egyptians need to work on.
Yes.
That a lot has been done. It's not just a fact of appreciation and being very thankful for it, but ensuring that it stays well as it is, because at the end of the day, you're not going to be spending extra budget to clean up the mess that's being done. And I'm talking specifically about roads that are not being kept neat or clean, or people who just decide in these new cities and urban cities to open, you know what I mean, sell something in the middle of nowhere, or start opening a shop in a place that it shouldn't be. And all these kind of things that would destroy, or if you have a beautiful building that you decide that I don't want the balcony, let me close it. And if the building is yellow, let's paint my own flat red, for instance. And you see that ongoing all around. You know, the beauty of things should stay there. I think that maybe a lot of people would say, for long years, Egyptians have had their eyes get used to a certain, lifestyle, that when they see something very neat, it becomes shocking. What do you think should be done? Because in other countries, they would impose fees or regulations of fines, or even you can go to the police station for that. It seems to be that if, we saw that with the masks when people started imposing government £50 people to actually put the mask on the face, otherwise Corona was not really a threat to them. What I'm trying to say is that ensuring that everything that's being done and all this effort and money that's being spent by the government is staying neat, because it's there to be durable. What are your suggestions?
Togetherness. This is the key. This is the magic word. If people feel that this is their own and they are involved in making it, and it is not only for them but for their children as well, and I think this will make them change their behaviors, and this awareness needs to be communicated through the media, through the communication networks, of how to change the attitude, how to feel ownership of your country. For many years, people used to say, well, it's not our country. Even the Egyptians. So now they start to feel, no, this is my country, this is my place, and this is I own this, so I have to keep it clean. And if you see someone doing something wrong, I think you need to tell them that this is not the proper way to do. Your property does not end at your doorstep. It
doesn't end at your doorstep, and this is something that everybody. This goes to all social classes, because people believe it's all social classes that need to really believe that your property does not end at your doorstep.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Ends at the borders of your country, possibly, not at your doorstep. Dr. Yasser Mahgoub, Professor of Architecture at Galal University, thank you very much. Unfortunately, our time is up. It's a pleasure hosting you this evening. And this brings us to the end of our episode this evening. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.